we learned so much upstairs, but you know what it's like. You listen to somebody talking who's extremely fluent, and if you go away with two things in your mind, then you've done rather well. I've only gone away with one thing in my mind, and that is he said, broadband is afraid of the dark. Now, I don't know if Bill Murphy's still with us, but maybe he's got an explanation for that. This final session before lunch is very important because it sort of brings together a summary of what is happening in the county. And we've got two speakers. Our first speaker is Marie Fallon, who's Corporate Director of Environment for Cumbria County Council. We're delighted that Marie has been able to come today. Although she hadn't come, there's a couple of chats from Bill very happy to the substitutes. She is going to bring us up to date with what is happening in the county along the and explain a little bit more about some of the things we've heard this morning in relation to major developments. Secondly, and I'm just going to allow them to flow into each other, after maybe questions to Marie, and then Daniel Geary will say a few words about other sorts of developments that are going on in the county. He was going to talk about finance, community infrastructure, but he's going to do less of that and talk more about some of the other developments as we develop in Cumbria. So without more ado, I'd like to introduce Marie Fallon, who's going to talk to you about what is happening now in Cumbria. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, and I'm very pleased to be here. And I think I've had a bit of a warm-up, I think, from the speakers first thing this morning in terms of expectations. So I hope I meet them. But I've got many members of my team in the audience who have been working with me to help us go forward. So it's not me doing this. Just a bit of context, really. I mean, we've had a lot this morning about the sort of role of broadband, the role of ICT, and where it's it's just interesting to note that latest information is that 40 million people are actually using the internet, and 30 of those use it every day. And what's of interest to me, the iPhone, and my daughter and my husband have both got iPhones, but the growth of the iPhone, which has really impacted upon the speed of broadband worldwide in terms of slowing them down, but 12% of the UK population, adults, actually have them. So that doesn't count all your teenagers who run around and do YouTube videos every time they're dancing. But actually, in terms of, there are still significant people in the UK without access to broadband, that don't even use it. And for me, that's one of the issues for Cumbria, is that it's not only those who want to get on, it's those who are not. Because it means that, if you're not on broadband, you are disadvantaged, or you're not having access to the internet. If you've got good ICT skills, you're more likely to get a job, and you're more likely to earn more money. And we know if you earn money, you've got a good job, you're going to be healthier, you're going to be wealthier, and you're going to have a better life expectancy. So these are things about social issues. It's not just about technological bit. I think you can get overrun by technology in the world of broadband, and I certainly know my edge of ability to understand it. But this is about people's lives and having good life chances. Economic benefits. If everybody in the UK was online, we estimate it'd be in excess of £22 billion. So I mean, it's real economics, and in these times of straitened finances, it's really critical that we don't leave Cumbria behind. And in terms of where are we now, because I think it's important to recognise that Cumbria is ahead in some areas but behind in others, is that we have Project Access, which was talked to us about this morning, and that was work we did as a county with the North West Regional Development Agency and government to try and get Cumbria online in the last decade in terms of trying to move us forward. And we invested £20 million to actually have Project Access in Cumbria to ensure that we actually move forward. But we've also got existing access arrangements with our public sector providers already. We've got the NHS network, Lisa's network, as well as other private sector networks. So we've already got networks in Cumbria. we've got what's known as Clio, and that's a network around the schools in Cumbria, and also linking into what's called Janet network, which is the higher education network. So we've already got sort of a pattern. And what that means at the moment, if you've got a junior school close to you, it's got 10 megabytes into that school already. And by March, if you've got a secondary school close by, you'll have 100 megabytes into that school. So already we're beginning to increase that coverage. And this is the map which shows the coverage in Cumbria as part of Project Access. And I think it just visually gives you an appreciation of the spread of it, and that we're actually able to get into particular communities. But what it also shows is the areas that haven't got access in broad terms. The not spots, I thought it was a typing mistake when I first saw it in the report, but it's those areas. And people in the room today have already said they're in a not spot. But you can then see the current position we're in. That's our Clio network in broad terms, and I think there's other bits being added to it, but that's where we've been at the moment. And we wanted to make sure that gives us that 10 megabyte coverage across Cumbria. We're doing a lot more work to actually ensure that we improve the ability for schools and colleges to get online, and trying to make sure we understand the demand. Because for me, it's not just about the technological solution, it's about what's best for the community. What services do you need to access? In the way that services are changing, whether it's how we provide library services, whether it's how we provide healthcare services, it's understanding the needs of the communities to make sure that we get the right provision at that local level. And that you tell us what's best for you, because we can give some solutions, but you know what's best for your community. This next map shows you the areas that are currently expected to have broadband coverage and those that are not by 2017. This is some research that was done by communities and local government to actually say, well, where are the places that will be provided commercially? Now, I think things are moving on slightly, so we've obviously seen a bit more improvement in that recently, but that just gives you the coverage. So that's part of why the county is trying to ensure we have a county-wide solution, because there are areas there where you've got darker circles, and that's where it's going to be more commercially viable to provide a high-speed broadband, because you've got the numbers of people, so the economics make sense. But what it does show you, the red areas, that's where it's unlikely, and I suspect a lot of you live in those red areas, and we know you're already experiencing some of the problems already. So our role is to try and fill that gap, to try and work with providers, work with governments, to try and make sure that we have coverage completely in Cumbria. And it's interesting because Bill stole my quote. But what for me, this is what the Secretary of State, Jeremy Hunt, put together before Christmas around Broadband UK. And for me, it's a very simple statement, because it is just saying we want the best. For me, we want the best for Cumbria. So that's what we're saying, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and provide the best for Cumbria. So you can substitute the words Cumbria for Britain in that statement. So I've talked about our Cumbria-wide approach, and we want to make sure that we're addressing that commercial gap, particularly in the rural parts of the county. And as we've already heard, we're one of the 4 pilots for the UK, which we're really excited about, and we're really proud to be able to do that, because I think we recognise that the work we did on Project Access is building upon that. We haven't just been sitting behind the scenes not doing the way for it to come. We've been working with the North West Development Agency to look at regional provision through new generation access to try and ensure that we position Cumbria well. But the pilots are designed to try and test things, to try and understand what works for Cumbria, what works for your community, what works for others. We're already working with the Big Society team in Eden, because they've obviously got a good start. We've been working with them already to try and put them into our Clio network, and so they've been trialling that, because it sounds easy just plug it in. But we all know when you plug it in, something doesn't work, it slows down. So we've got to get some of that technical stuff right, so that when you plug it in, you switch it on, it works, and you don't get frustrated and you don't use it. We're actually trying to also make sure we understand where the other areas in the county. So we've got some very good rural areas, but there will be different solutions to different communities, and we're trying to find a selection of pilots that we can work with in a further way. This isn't just to say that's it. We're going to try and test some of those things and working out what they will be at the moment. And then we're also working with the other public sector providers to look at the actual provision of services. For me, that's the critical thing. I was in a hall on Wednesday night this week in Penrith talking about the council's budget position, where we've got to save £45 million over this year. Interesting debate about the communities about, why we should not stop spending money on particular services. But the challenges for us in local government is how can we make our money go further? Can we have services that are designed to meet people's needs but are cheaper? Because the money we have is reducing. And you know that you want different services locally, and how can we use technology to bridge that gap so it's easy? Because I think also one of the things for me is making sure that when it comes to your village or your home, you can use it. And I'm pleased to see that Martha Lane Fox will be coming to talk with Cumbria stories at the beginning, because her work around getting communities to work together to share knowledge and experience is really inspiring in terms of some of the stories she talks about, in terms of people helping each other to get online. It's the race online from 2012, and that's about sharing that knowledge, making sure you demystify the problems that people have on the internet. Because some of you in this room are really technically able, and there are other people who are not in this room who are not. So how do we get that sort of community working together? How do we make it easy so you don't have to ring it to India, try and get through a sort of helpline, because we've all been there and it's not a good experience and it can put you off. So where are we now? We've been scoping the project, building on the work we've done already. We've been looking at the partnership, who do we work with, and we've been working with BT as part of Project Access. But as I said this morning, we're in an interesting position because we're about to go out and try and find the right partner, and we've got that commercial procurement process to go through to make sure we get it right. We're looking at the funding, because although there's funding from BDK, £10 million, that won't give us sufficient to do what we want to do. So we're looking at how can we use European money, how can we use the workaround other funding to move forward, and how can we get the procurement and project management right. Because for me it's around the right partner, and how can we make sure we exploit those other networks, and then making sure we pilot the right knowledge with yourselves. So for me, the scoping of it, so understanding what you want, is critical about today. And I want to make sure through Ronnie and through the PALT network that we enable you to sort of help us scope what's right for you. So part of today will be for you to work with Ronnie and others to make sure that we have some broadband champions through the parish council network, and that enables you to tell us what you want and then also feed that information back at a local level. So the team's in place, more or less, where we've got BDK working with us as well as other people. I've got members of the team in the room today, and we're then actually having a broader partnership. So Rory's part of our wider stakeholder as well as other people's, because we want to make sure that we capture Rory's energy and we use Rory to help us, the central government, to unblock some of those things that we know get in the way, some of the things about state aid rules, which we are working on with BDUK, so we are trying to get around those and find the best way to move it forward. Our cabinet will formally, hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got cabinet members here today, will approve the county council being the accountable body for that, and to let the contractors. We still have to do some of our processes, but we're well on track to make that. And we're doing the scoping, as I said, around the business need, because it's about businesses as well as communities and the public sector, so it's those parts. And then we'll be procuring a partner after we've got the approval, and then we'll be starting to deliver the project. But it is very much, we're here now, we're trying to pull it together, and then we're looking to deliver it for Cumbria. It will change over time because the nature of technology is changing, but we are confident that with your input and with the technological support from our partners and the support of government, that we can really make Cumbria